Hello, and welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. This is Ahmed to bring you another video recording of yet another run through the dungeon. This isn't rocket science. Anyway, after a series of failed runs with gargoyles, hang on, let me see if I can show you just how many there's been. There's Smold, who died for no good reason with Ice Vapor because fuck me, 20 plus damage, dear god. And then there's this Deathfire who died to Herald because a single wand can kill you, apparently, which sucks. And then there's a series of gargoyles down here. Somewhere. Yes, who die to ogres. A single hit kills them levels of damage, which were annoying. So, it's been an unsuccessful string of gargoyles so far, but I've decided I'm going to try Grits and Gravy, my tried and true favorite build of all time. Just go standard wizard and see how I do. And we're going to call him... I need a word that means magic stones or something like that, or some kind of magical thing that what kills with magics on account of DeathPillar. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Alright, so did it just freeze? Because it seems like it just froze. It says it's not responding. Oh, come on. How are you going to be like that? I was just going to record a video. Sad face. Anyway, technical difficulties aside, I may actually have to restart crawl. Nope, there we go, it worked. Probably just took a while. So we are going to go for the orb, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Focus, conj, and spellcasting initially. Spellcasting seems a little bit odd as a choice, but I do want that extra mana just because I'm utilizing Magic Dart. Max range. You all know this build very well if you've ever watched my channel, so that's not the surprise. What's going to be interesting is to see if I can make good use of the max AC increases that are offered to me by this Gargoyle class. Blink as a survival spell is going to be very helpful, I think. And I do hope to find some better, more weaponizable whatchamacallits as things goes on. Melee range Mephitic is obviously going to be my go-to reason why this is a good race class choice, in my opinion, because Mephitic Cloud, of course, is just always good. And hey, we just got Blink, and we have enough spell levels to also pick up Mephitic Cloud when that becomes available. Let's back off. Pull the jackals one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. Stack poison with my dagger and back off. Honestly, just poison resistance alone on a character that can wear all armor types makes for a very nice opening class. Back off. Can literally leave the dungeon if things get too dicey here. No, I can't anymore. Okay, there we go. Level 3. Definitely going to be Mephitic Cloud first. And we'll go back for Conjure Flame soon. And then I will have my opening spells memorized. And that's why I love the wizard opening. It's just so... It doesn't take very much to get to the point where you have your opening kit online. And while you are a little bit more book dependent for getting your damage scaling, you have the whole game the whole way to D7 or 8 to find a single increase in damage scaling in terms of your spell capabilities. And you can most likely find a Vehumet altar or something that will help give you more as you go. Better players than me would be pointing out now that I did not double or triple dip into this floor, and they would be correct. That is the better way to play, and I'm not doing it right now. So, if this gargoyle dies as a result of that, it's on my head. Okay, so far so good. I have a beachhead, I have an escape route, a bunch of cleared off floor. It's pretty good shape, honestly. Honestly, I feel more comfortable walking around here than I would if I had double or triple dipped, because doing so would if I double or triple dip at this stage, I'm just as likely to enter into a situation which is dangerous and unretreatable. Whereas if I walk around, I know what the layout is from where I show up. It's going to be easier to stack poison onto this thing to kill it. I do have that venom dagger. Alright, we should really turn off spellcasting, if not now, then very soon. In fact, let's just do it now. It's a great... I'll get it to 4 and then do it. It's a great hunger reduction tool, but hunger reduction doesn't matter. It's wonderful to have bonus spell levels, but again, my opening book covers most of what I need for a very long time. Spellcasting can increase the castability of spells, but it's a very small percentage relative to just increasing the school in question. And right now, if you'll look, I have 3 different schools: Fire, Conjure, and Air. And Poison, I guess, so 4 different schools that are worth considering. And obviously my priority is to get Mid-Faded Cloud online. I do have an MP pool of 10, which is perfectly adequate. As soon as spellcasting pops up 1 level, I'm gonna turn it off. Poke, poke, poke. Stab, stab. Oh my god, that hurt. Okay, back off. We are wounded. Stack the poison. Good. Insects are generally very vulnerable to poison in this game, so that's an extra reasons why I would rather just apply poison to kill my worms instead of spend all my mana for maybe killing them. I will take the poison needles on the off chance that I get my blowgun thing going sooner rather than later. Spellcasting is very much getting to that 4 cutoff, at which point I will turn it off. Okay, that's bad. A wizard can deal significant damage to me. A single elemental spell with no resistance on my part does a lot of damage. So let's finally pay some respect to that possibility. My Mephitic Cloud is also not exactly reliable yet. Not by a long shot. We're gonna back off. Take out these jackals in melee. Cool. We should really play the ID game just to figure out what my heals are. Okay, I only have 1 thing to enchant. Fog. Forget. I don't want to forget anything. Okay, well that's a waste of a scroll of amnesia. Random and useless. Random and useless. Enchant armor, again, not something I wanted to spend, but okay. Mapping. ID. Invisibility. Great. And I burned the teleport scroll. Okay, we're good. So, we played the ID game. Honestly, didn't find what I was looking for, but whatever. That priest can probably one-shot me, and in the presence of all these other orcs, yeah, we're just gonna get out of here. Find another challenge. Confuse the one target I didn't care about. Did not confuse the target that I did care about. Stack poison on the priest. Kill the priest. Get out. Okay, everybody's dead except 1. Everyone is dead, including the 1. We are going to drop spellcasting, switch over to air, just to quickly bring my Mephitic Cloud more online. I do not need the Vampiric Dagger. There's very few scenarios where I'm going to be in protracted melee fights with a dagger that I'm happy to be healing. Ah! Whoa, okay, that's very painful. You've ignored everything I've attempted. I'm going to go invisible. Make it slightly less likely for him to see and hit me successfully. Okay, he's dead. I need to make sure I don't get followed by Sigmund. Sigmund is stuck behind an orc, so we'll just walk away. I think invisibility may have been what saved my life there, because he missed on 2 attacks. If I had known my healing potions, I would have definitely used those instead, and it would have been more effective. But whatever, I didn't. Come to think of it, I could have used... I actually couldn't have used anything else. Could have blinked, but that wouldn't have been very helpful either. And ignoring 4 of my attempts to confuse was statistically unlikely. We should probably just leave the floor, honestly. Sigmund's alive on this floor. I can definitely kill him, but I'd be better place to do that when I'm not barely able to cast my killing spells. Azlal is not a very relevant enemy right now. We haven't fully explored the lower floor, so once again, confirming where my exits are is going to be huge. Okay, we got a scroll of Telly. That's very helpful. Okay, a level up. Amphibious Cloud is definitely more castable than before. My mana pool is also slowly but surely increasing. I opened with Mephitic Cloud there because as a rule of thumb where there's a null pack, especially at this depth, but we'll see. Don't get in range of the halberd unless you have to. Confuse everything as a group. Stack poison. It looks like they're all dead. Yep, they're all down. Excellent. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Another dagger of venom. I'm guessing +3 is as good as I'm gonna get from anything on the floor. Ijib, which I guess vaguely translates to strangeness in Arabic. That would be more like Urdrub, I suppose. But yeah, anyway. Oh, it's geckos. I'm sure that's not why the goblin was named that. To call a goblin strangeness seems like a fun level of cruelty. Okay, because we know how dangerous these floors can get, we're gonna back off. But before I do, let's see what ring mail does to my casting. Puts it in the 30s, which is not untenable. We're definitely gonna mass train armor right now. I want to be able to cast with armor on. Hey, we got a confused Eustachio. Stack poison on him hard. Okay, we got him. He's down. I'm immune to poison, so I'm not really scared of these snake types. 34% poison conjuration. I actually don't mind putting a few more points into poison. Worst case scenario, I transition to poison arrow off of it. It's still very useful. I should be able to just take that down with darts, yeah. Oh, a ring. Sustainability is a pretty useless ability, but better useless than nothing at all. Recharge the Digvand, which is fine. Digging is absolutely a great utility ability to have. Shadow Imp should just be shot to death. Quasit. Ah, I tried to put a fire between us, but didn't go off. I'm being a little bit more careful about mapping my stairs than I normally would be. Okay, come on. Pick a direction. Prevent you from acting up. Kill the priest first, and then I'll worry about everyone else. Definitely stacking poison on the sorcerer, and then just kill everything. Beautiful. Yeah, garden variety orcs don't really scare me. I've got a lot of AC. Got +4 AC actually, so yeah, that's great. But but those Piercy types are very scary. Back off. Make them come to me. I am one-shotting them, so my magic dart is getting a little bit better. Magic dart takes down the phantom. Excellent. Another ring. Evasion, always a nice thing to have, but particularly nice on me, I think, because I'm going to get a fairly good armor score no matter what I do. No! Oh, I thought he was going to eat my item. Do they not eat items anymore? Do jellies not eat items? Or do they, like, take time to do it, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I was sure I was losing that identifier score when I got it. And it looks like we were a Sith Moon Worshipper, because that's the first altar I had. So those of you who know my runs very well must be getting a little bit bored now, because it's like, Oh god, is he just gonna run Sif Moon again? Standard wizard stuff? Well, yes I am. Deal with it. I've lost so many runs of gargoyles already that I kind of just wanted to go with something I know will work. Or at least can work. Deflect missiles is not a bad spell to have, honestly. Once I get miscast protection, I'll worry about picking it up. None of these other ones particularly impressive to me. Haste is never bad, but I happen to know that I don't use haste, so what's the point of having something you'll never use, no matter how good it is? Technically risked my life there by staying in melee with an ogre for more than one turn, but he was in a high probability of being confused every turn, so in the end the confusion did stop him. We're gonna blink. We're gonna keep blinking until it works, and then I kind of want to teleport here, honestly. Oh, that works. A second blink allowed me to set up exactly what I needed. A firewall. Then I can get back here, get my mana back, and eat. Excellent. It's not that I'm scared of being killed by that thing or anything. I mean, but he's not going to kill me with poison. He's going to kill me with straight up damage. And he's going to take more than 5 or 6 darts to take down. So I need to set up a good fight. I can't just take any fight. I can't fight him on his own terms to win that fight. Conjurations of poison is well and good, but we're going to actually turn on a little bit of translocations to get blink castable again. So far so good. 28% is much better for blink. I'm actually not entirely convinced the miscast risk that I'm taking for wearing this armor is worth the benefits I'm getting. Like, there, that Conjure Flame should have gone off. Blork the Orc. Okay, so far so good. Fire behind him to get the other. Okay, we got all of them. That was pretty ballin', getting in the middle of that and then coming out alive. Do I have repel missiles? I do. Let's go ahead and turn that on, just so that I have the safety added. I don't think it's going to be necessary for the early game, but I'm a Sif Muna worshipper now. I don't have to worry about forgetting spells anymore. That's free. Damn it, there's the same snake. Okay, I got the fire up just in time. Whoa, he braved the fire to come at me. That's, I guess, exactly what I needed him to do. Just so that I had enough range and time, and he was pre-damaged just enough to be safe. Like I said, an optimal battleground makes all the difference for that kind of fight. Next floor. What I wouldn't give for an amulet of religion, or faith, or whatever it's called. Fear Scroll. Very valuable. Very life-saving in the early game. Honestly, it's at least as good as Blink, and well, not at least as good, but it's about as good as Blink in a lot of early game life or death situations. I need to get out of here because this is a large number of them, and I am not near my retreat. Yeah, see? These guys are going to follow me a long way. Now I'm near a retreat. Now I can happily fight. Now you should be well and confused. Kill these guys dead. Alright, got them all. There's probably an orcish mine nearby, judging from the sheer number of orcs on this floor. Stab, stab, stab. Excellent. Ooh, branding. Let's lose the vampiric brand. Turn it into flaming, that's fine. I'm not going to use a vampiric dagger. I know that. And if it turns into an interesting brand, that might, allow me new options. I'm fairly sure you can't actually get a pain brand anymore, though, so I don't know. Whoa, this floor has been heavily plantified. That thing made so much noise. Yep, there comes the scouting party to figure out what all the noise was. We're just going to kill off a few of these stalks to lower the fungal burden. It's called the fungal burden. Just magic you to death. That's a damn nice looking trident you got there. We're gonna try it out for ourselves. It is in fact not that great on account of being cursed and all. But we're still gonna use it to great effect for this fire stabs. Also, it was doing a lot less damage than it would normally have on account of whites being heavily cold resistant, so there is that factor. A little bit easier to chase things down with it too. Alright, we are making definite inroads. Die, you squirming white. Quokka skeletons don't scare me. Do I have remove curse? I have spare remove curses. Let's just get rid of this curse thing. That way if I want I can use this weapon, and if I want I can switch it up. That's clear. A Spriggan Baker, eh? They can't dodge Mephitic Clouds, so that's good. T-Lock should be sufficient. Yep, Blink is down to where it needs to be in terms of everyone else being about as useful. Trickle into poison again. Altar of Rue. You will rue the day you met Rue. Meh. Eat the pizza. Next floor. Okay, it doesn't look like... At least this is not an announced... Okay, now that I've completely blocked the way to me, see if I can't kill this thing before it reaches me. Let's switch over to a Dagger of Flaming and apply Flame Brand a few times. Let's blink to give myself a few free shots. Okay. So I have a very hard time killing ice beasts, which means I really should not be seriously considering entering, or at the very least finishing, an ice cave. Entering it and then getting out, sure. Fighting it through, no. Armor is great. Poison magic is... We're going to trickle into fighting, and we're going to actually slow down on armor training a little. Because I would argue that I'm about as likely to just stop wearing ring mail in favor of a well-enchanted leather or something as I am to keep wearing it. Focus on the polar bear, please. When he's heavily poison stacked, I'll be quite happy. Make sure that there's plenty of spare mana in my tank for when all hell breaks loose. But hey, cleared the area, which was the goal. We're gonna drop a confuse first, and then go at them, stacking poison damage as possible. Okay, we got it. What was that? Freely open my mind, I'm pretty sure is what I just got. Yep. So amnesia scrolls are no longer meaningful to me. Blink. Do not engage. I don't know how to deal with these things. What does they do exactly? Immune to negative energy, resist poison, may attack to cause confusion, mindless. So I can be confused if it attacks me in melee. I'm pretty sure they can't move, though. Not that it's relevant if I'm being attacked by an ice bear that demands my priority attention first. Okay, that's down. We have a lot of spare food, so we're just going to channel mana to max while staring right at this thing. Out of line of sight only for a second, and then we are going to kill it. And it's not able to fight back because I can see it. Back away, drop a fire. Hey, if you're going to enter a fire, don't get mad at me when it kills you. Confuse the both of you, please. Take out my dagger of poison, honestly. It's best to stack that on my confused enemy right now. Hey, I remember you. You're the guy who thought fire was a good idea to go inside of. 3 miscasts on Defeated Cloud is unfortunate, but I think I have him now. Yep, he's dead. And already making great use of my channel mana ability from Sif. To immediately come back to full battle readiness after a fight is over. Fighting is already going up, which is great. This is not a place I want to be. Repel missiles miscast ×2, but then I got it. And I'm guessing the centaur fell in at some point. The hound zombie went through the fire. The orc decided to go into it. You know, it's a lose-lose situation for these guys right now. Alright, killed several of them. Wow, I could actually die in one turn thanks to smite damage. We want to blink. Statistically, there's very few squares that end up... What the shit? Okay, how do I deal with this now? I think blink again. Okay, confuse, back away, buy myself the air gap I need to set up a fire, and then reach across with the Trident of Freezing to stab this thing to death. Because it'll be very slowed by the time it reaches me. Which did not last very long, but okay, eventually it went down. Whew! I'm juggling a lot of abilities right now, but that's what I have to do in order to make it. A Frost Giant on D8? Are you psychotic? Bolt of Cold, extremely dangerous. I'll say extremely dangerous. He can kill me in one shot. I have no idea what my potions do. I'm going to run away from this guy. Put him in 3 squares of confusion. Probably will be able to stall him for a little while. And then hope he's not actually going to follow me, because if he follows me, I do know what teleport looks like, so I can get out of trouble. Let's just go ahead and explore what some of my other potions are, so that I have some further options in battle. There's very rarely a circumstance where knowing your options is a bad thing. Okay, Bolt of Cold hits, close the door, back off, drop the Confuse immediately because he's totally going to come through that door. Blink, blink again. That isn't an instant death, but it's close, so I need to decide how I'm going to survive. I think invisibility, followed by teleportation. He still is hitting me despite invisibility. Teleport is active. I'll just keep walking away till the teleport hits. Okay. Teleport kicks in. Somehow I survived with 1 hit point. All the training I did for fighting saved my life. We're dancing on the edge of a knife here. There is a living giant on this floor, so I'm just going to go to the next floor. Hungry monster. That sucks. Probably the best way to kill him will be with a dagger of flaming. I'll stack the fire on. Or just shoot him with darts. Yeah, shoot him with darts. Work faster. Yeah, none of this would have made a difference if I had had it. I could potentially silence him, but silencing myself is way more dangerous. Just blowing through a ration. There's no reason not to, honestly. If I had a brand, I would potentially try branding a second spear, seeing if I could get a better answer to the very painful choices I've been put through. Oh, I didn't realize I had the door to the lair. Oh, okay, well that changes everything. Let's dive into the lair. Hopefully by the time I come out of there, I'll be strong enough to take all this stuff out. Erica is a priority target. Dagger of Venom is an appropriate weapon. What the hell is there an elephant on floor 1-4? Guys are insane. I want a magic map now. See exactly what I'm dealing with. There's some kind of central area here. There's thin tunnels this way. I think my best bet is going to be to let Erica go for the time being and retreat. And then use my dig wand to make myself an escape tunnel and a fire walk. Make sure to keep my magic energy well filled. Cast confusion at the site of where Erica is currently. And again, stab her if possible. Something died. Apparently Erica died. Good. Continue to stack poison on everything. Okay. So by using my dig wand, I hope you all who are watching at home took note of this. I created the fighting ground that I needed in order to not be dead. Fighting an invisible Erica in the open along with an elephant backing her up would have been very dangerous. I'm still missing out any kind of good armors. Gastronoc on the same floor? You guys are really cruel. Stacking a poison on Gastronoc with a blowgun will be ideal. Do I have a blowgun? No. Okay, then let's just keep looking till I find one. Apparently, it's not just one elephant, but several. So we're just going to go straight for the same strategy that I used so successfully once already. Set up a firewalk for the thing. The pachyderm can come into or walk out of a fire. Those are its options. Alright, well if you're going to send me a herd of elephants, I'm going to take them out one at a time, carefully. Come at me, bro. Stand still or burn. We're going to cut poison. Conjurations alone is adequate. 10, 10, 1. That's, all of them are not very great. Armor is at 9. We're going to turn on spellcasting 2. Just because I want that to be trained. Scimitar is better than a dagger of flaming for sure. Oh my god, so Fanar, Erica, 3 elephants, and Gastronoc all on the same floor. I'm actually worried about Fanar. If he does that, I can die very quickly. Let's go ahead and drop Fog, actually, to cover my retreat into the same hidey hole. And I'll hang out just close enough for him to see me, so that he doesn't lose track of me. And then from here, I'll fight him. It may seem like I went through a lot of trouble to attract him unnecessarily. The reason I did is because exactly this. I didn't want to get sidestepped by somebody else while fighting him. Okay, air twists and strikes, back off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive now. My mana is good. We're going to go here into the unknown, and then try and set up a new beachhead here. Give me back the Dagger of Venom, please. Fanar is still following me, and he is still poisoned. Excellent. We'll confuse him. We'll try to confuse him, and then just stab him to death. He should really be dead. I don't have the means to deal more damage than I'm doing now. Okay, we got him. We're going to carve up his corpse, for sure. I'm very tempted to take the Robe of Cold Resistance from him. I will carry the Freezy Staff just in case, but I don't predict ever using it. I need a Pip of Cold Resistance, considering there's a Frost Giant living above me. Oh, you know what? I can use the Ring of Cold as a hot swap. Oh my god, not hot swap, as a quick swap for if I need that resistance. Come on, bring the elephant to me. No, I'm not walking in, he's walking in. I'm just gonna poison him while he's sitting on the fire. Okay. Yak Horde, I really can't complain too loudly. They belong on layer 1. This has just been a very challenging early layer. Considering that I dove in here to avoid a very challenging situation, I mean, it wasn't frying pan to the fire, but it was frying pan to the heating element. Keep repel missiles on. We're training a lot of schools. We're gonna ditch armor very soon. It's not that I don't need more armor training, it's that until I'm confident about what armor I'm using, 9 is probably enough for a while at least. Keep coming, bros. Perfect. It may seem a little superfluous to be mephiticking the blink frogs, but it vastly reduces their damage capability when they can't reliably just hit you. Okay, here we go. Good haul. Not to mention it gives me a non-zero chance to stab them, I believe, because they're confused, right? Though I suppose stabbing is calculated based on weapon skills, which I have none, and I actually have to reject Guardian Spirit. My mana is sometimes even more useful to me than my health. We can't afford to eat just yet. We'll set up a fire here and here. Yep, the elephant walks into it. We'll stab burn him to death and eat. Armor pops up another turn. What is the encumbrance penalty on my armor? 7. Presumably I'm doing a good job having trained past that then. If not, well, I'd never claim to know how armor... What?! This is ass garbage. There's 7 elephants on this floor? 6, 7 elephants on... 1 elephant would have been a lot for layer 1, but 6 or 7 is just nuts. We're gonna back them here, I think, and see how willing they are to just walk into the fire. And if the answer is very, so be it. I will take them on. Alright, got him. Hey, bro. I've been killing elephants a long time. You sure you want to tangle with me? Gastronaut is still at large. So I'm not safe yet, no matter how overconfident I want to pretend to be. So it's not just an elephant or 5, it's basically 2 herds worth of elephants on this floor already that I've seen. I'm acting like a stabber, but I'm not a stabber, so I need to bear that in mind. I am still working off of the opening book of a wizard, and that's it. No high-level attack spells or anything like that. That's even more elephants. My HP is pretty good. I should be okay. The Mephitic was to keep the iguana off me, and it worked. Couldn't afford him coming in to join the melee there. Honestly, this is a good example of why the Gargoyle is a good class, because most of my wizards would have been far too frail to even attempt some of the bullshit I've been attempting in terms of meleeing these elephants with a dagger. Okay, I no longer am even surprised. It's an honest to God pachyderm convention on this floor. Good news is, once I've gotten to the point that I know how to dispatch them, I've been able to kill several of them. 10, 4, and 30%. Good, so Mephitic is now very castable. We can drop spellcasting shortly. Fighting is fighting. Let's throw some points at dodge just to increase my defenses further. I have 20 AC. That's excellent. Stabby with frozen. And then just magic dart for the finish. Okay. Why not? Hydra as well. High AC is very good against Hydras. Each of their individual attacks gets, because Hydras are balanced around doing a bunch of small damage strikes, and high AC reduces each of them individually as opposed to just the total. So the same way that you'd rather face a small swarm of bees rather than a single ogre with a high AC character, same logic. Use that extra MP I just got. Go nuts on these things. Nom 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 nom. You know, I'm very curious what's on the inside of that little enclave. I assume it's something that will explain why I have this many elephants on layer 1. But since I was able to take on the elephants instead of like just fleeing in terror or diving past them, I'm going to be in very good shape when I go to the next floor, I suspect. Just in terms of XP and leveling. Okay, here we are. We're going in. Oh my god, it's an elephant graveyard! That's phenomenal. So, we have a lot of dead elephants in the middle. A lot of dead elephants indeed, and probably a bunch that got out. And I wonder if there was something in there doing the killing that I just never saw. Okay, well, credit where it's due. That was a fun mini vault, and in all my time playing Crawl, I've never seen an elephant graveyard before. An elephant? What? Whoa. Oh dear, I've said too much. Double... I don't feel like taking on Gastronok. It's not that I don't think I can, it's just optimal situation, remember? I have my poison dagger up at the active. This is why I will always prefer Mephitic Cloud to just a really powerful single target damage spell like Fireball. Well, not even Fireball, but yeah, just single target damage spells in general. Because it lets me crowd control my enemies. And I don't just mean stun, taunt, confuse, although it does all those things. I mean look at a giant swath of enemies and say, I'm going to deal with all of them at once. If not by instantly killing them, then by making them more manageable. Okay. Yeah, see, this is more like what I expect in the lair. Small swarms of... Early lair, I should specify. Small swarms of yaks and the like, not stupidly large swarms of deadly elephants. Incidentally, there are more of them, so... Eesh. Okay, good. Did you just put a scroll in your hand, son? Stab the things what needs stabbing, please. Technically used a red staircase when I didn't have to. Practically speaking, I'm never gonna need that staircase, and this is much safer than taking on that whole yak swarm in melee. But this is a wide open area with no good beachheads, unfortunately. This whole floor looks really bad for me. Let's find a corner to bury myself in, eh? Miscast. Okay. Blink, please. I don't want to take this all on. Confuse. Mana back, mana back, mana back. Before I lose my chance. Fire and ice. Okay, got him. The rest of you guys I'll just stab the old-fashioned way. Now, Sif Muna is very pleased with my worship thus far, but we're not quite at the point of getting new spells. Soon, though, I'll start getting new options, and that is when the game will really take off. Because I'm quite out of... I haven't quite hit the limit of what I can do with my current set yet, but I'm definitely aching for some better options soon. Though to be fair, I did dispatch a Hydra and several elephants already, so it's not like I lack ability with my current set. Berserk Rage and Might. Excellent to know. So now I can, in a pinch, actually become a capable melee fighter. Between high AC and berserk damage and weapon buffs. Nom 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 nom. Confuse. Stab, 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 stab. Safe, safe, safe. I'm actually not too worried about this fight going south. This dagger of poison has worked serious overtime for me this game. Kill them all. Okay, cool. Okay, Lair 2. 3. Brainworm, lots of poisonous stuff. Try a new entrance. Something that where I'm not quite so surrounded the moment I show up. Okay, much better. Much more manageable. Less manageable on account of named unique and a Hydra. Let's pick one to kill and let the other go. Got it. I'm going to grab the book and then go away. Well, let's see if I can confuse Maud. If I can confuse Maud, then I'll just have to pull something else because, damn it, nothing can ever be easy. Blink should set me up with a good spot to conjure Flame and then take him out. Alright, let's go ahead and see what this new book of mine is. Attack something compass. Sticky Flame is not an awful thing to pick up. Throw Flame, kind of beneath me, but optional. Force Lance is just a push back a square. I don't like any of these. I'll pass Sif. Do better. I should really pick up at least Throw Flame. I mean, it doesn't cost me anything. That's right, I can always forget at will. Let's take Sticky Flame. Even if I only use it a couple times, that's still a couple more than I would have had if I didn't memorize it. Pull. Sticky Flame. Oh yeah, I forgot I can do stuff like that. Pull. Confuse. Kill you. You're very confused, right? Not confused enough, apparently. I'm just gonna run away. Heal wounds first, just to make sure I don't get sniped by a spear or something stupid. Okay. Mod, what is it that you do exactly? Very dangerous. Nothing else known. Okay, fair enough. We're gonna run away until I've healed, and then I'm gonna come back and find her, and then I'm gonna kill her. Or Mod could find me. Let's not write off that possibility. Just for once, I'd like things to go according to the Goram plan. Whoa, I forgot Gastronoc was waiting for me. Do I run away from Gastronoc? Yes, I do. I don't want to burn my last potion fleeing Gastronoc, but I'm pretty sure Airstrike requires targeting, and Gastronoc can see invisible. I can fog. That will get me away from Gastronoc safely. And preserve my last heal wounds. Okay, now, where is Maud? Last I checked, Maud was somewhere up here. Or down here. Oh, Maud! Maud. Maud! There you are! I'ma kill you. I have extra mana, so I will get you confused. And now that you're good and confused, I will walk up to you and sticky flame you. And poison you. And then make sure that you stay confused. And then poison you some more. And then shoot you with magic darts. And then make sure you stay confused. And then light you on fire again. And keep you confused. And there you go. You will die. I have no intention of letting you live. None whatsoever. That shiny plate armor is tempting, but I don't even care what it is. I'm not wearing plate armor as a mage. Pull. Light the Mamba on fire and walk away. Oh yeah, I forgot how good Sticky Flame actually really is. It's just such a high damage spell. If you can survive being a melee, and I'm a gargoyle, so I'm above average suited for surviving as far as mages go in melee. That brainworm, the moment it shows itself, I have to run. Or do I? Does it get confused? It does get confused. Okay. Confuse it. And it's dead. Good. Get back to my staircase. Confuse everything. And just keep stabbing them. Light the spiny on fire. And get upstairs because you're being attacked by something that can actually hurt you. It's nice to be invulnerable to something. It's a very narrow thing to be invulnerable to, but it does work. Guardian Serpent's gonna be... As long as I can light it on fire, I'm happy. You can slow me down all you like, as long as you're burning alive. Ooh, a new cloak. And a new ring. Cloak of +1, +2. Yay! And new ring of... Cursed Ring of Loudness. No, I don't want to be loud. I will be evasive instead. Also, we'll drop the loudness ring. I can think of very few scenarios under which loudness would be a plus. Though it would be interesting if they gave you some sidling buff, like you can't be silenced if you're wearing the Ring of Loudness or something. Nothing that would ever make you, say, yay, I should wear it, but in kind of the same way that stasis is generally bad, but in some scenarios it's actually useful. +2 Helm of Int. Excellent. Now that's a buff. There's a chance I'm going to be wearing this helmet for a very long time. It just occurred to me that there's no point in sticky flaming that guy. I'm going to back off for a second. I can get 3 firewalk tiles in against him. Probably worth it to continue to see if I can put distance between me and the Hydra first. Okay. 4. 4 is better. 4 I can probably kill him. Yeah, like I said, I have 24 AC, which is plenty enough to be dealing with a Hydra straight up. Kill the snake! Kill them all! Oh my god, sort them out. Conjuration's a spell. Yeah, let's go ahead and add fire to this thing. I'm doing a lot of fire. Clearly, I love me my fire mage. There's no doubt that a viable ending for this build is firestorming, and yeah. Y'all know where this is going better than I do. Seriously, no body armor that I like better than this. I could at least try to go down to leather, but I mean, I'm casting everything I need, so forget it. Whoa! Okay. I'm tempted to pull them, but if they knock me off the stairs, I'm in big trouble. So let's actually just go upstairs instead. But now we'll go find the elephant swarm and try to drag them in through the muck and take them out. Perfect. Do me a favor. Don't walk into your own fire. No matter how badass you are. You can't do the whole man on fire thing. You're gonna look like an idiot when you die. That was torment. Ooh, I don't actually suffer very much from torment. That torment resist is really nice, and I found my curing potions. Excellent. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Because now that I have a beachhead to retreat to, this whole thing looks very different. .28 MP is plenty. Book of the Dragon. Flight, Bolt of Fire, Cause Fear, Dragon's Call. Well, what is Dragon's Call? Blah blah blah. Beckoning forth dragon after dragon to engage. Oh my god, that sounds awesome. It's like a dragon swarm. I can see why it's a top tier summoner spell. Bolt of Fire is not an awful choice right now. I don't know. We'll see. Incidentally, how long has this run been going? Just shy of an hour. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. But hey, I cleared a very aggressive lair start, namely the Elephant's Graveyard, which was challenging as hell. So I feel pretty good about that. We're just gonna go right in here. If we can land some deep Mephitic,s these guys could finish my job for me by poisoning each other to death. Looks like that's exactly how this is gonna play out. Deep Mephitic,s all around. Between the plus intelligence items and my intentional skilling order, as well as the Ring of Magical Power I picked up, I have a lot of MP, a lot of INT, and I'm using it very well. Okay, that's thinned out the herd quite significantly, or the horde I should say quite significantly. It's a shame I don't have Corpsal Sacrifice or something, because I have way more corpses than I need here. Let's just butcher up a bunch of food and then leave it be. because it's all gonna rot by the time I get around to using it. Yay, gloves! And now I am almost fully clothed. Could technically use a shield, but whatever. Yep, all the chunks rotted already. But I'm in the lair. Hunger is not that big a deal. Oppressive heat wave. I see where it is. I can go for it, I think. My fire resistance is non-existent, so I have to be very careful. But I'm a bold guy. I can make this work. Wand of slowing I don't need. Anything that would be so vulnerable, I'd rather use a... Staff of Conjuration is a very interesting item here. I'll take it because my magic dart... Actually, that's really all I'm doing for conj, huh? Well, none of these would help. They're fire-oriented. Okay. Okay, I'm almost dead, and it's gonna get worse. Random teleport and run. That was a very, very bad idea that could have gone much worse than it did. I deserve to die there, and I'm glad I survived. If I've learned anything from my last several gargoyle deaths, it's that gargoyles give you a false sense of security against all attacks, when really it's only certain kinds of attacks that they're good against. Included in that category is melee attacks, which is odd for a wizard, but things that they're bad against include elemental attacks. So, bear that all in mind and you'll be happy. Unaffected. Oh right, because I can't be stoned. The gargoyle doesn't know how to be stoned. Poison the eel. Yeah, we're just gonna bail to here. Drop a generic fire in the middle in case anybody wants to. That way everyone comes at me one-on-one or they burn themselves. It's perfect. And then just... I can win everything in a 1v1 here. Same logic. Anybody wants to 1v1 me, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm not even worried. And if they're dumb enough to walk into the fire, they're not likely to win anyway. Conjure Flame is one of those... I remember back when I used to say Conjure Flame wasn't very good. Back then, I didn't know how to play this game clearly, because now, it's like all you need for the first half of the game. Awesome looking ring is... Resist Cold, Serious Strength and Slayer's debuff, MR, Evocable Flight. It's a lot of negatives for very little positives. It technically does give me the tier of Resist Cold that I might need against the Frost Giant when I leave here. Especially when I stack it with the Ring of Ice to get 2 tiers. So I will keep it, but I don't ever anticipate using it. Because by the time I leave here, I'll have forgotten to buff myself. And it won't matter because I'll be able to kill a giant straight up. Is my expectation. Please don't even bother. It's one of the least meaningful resistances in my opinion to begin with, and this guy already starts with a tier of it as if, as if to make it even less useful. Herd of Centaurs. Charge them, make sure repel is on, and then back off. Now that I got a nice deep Mephitic off. Turn back on repel. Am I doing okay? I'm doing okay. Light this thing on fire. It can't be alive any longer. Then back off. I have 25 mana, which is excellent. And now I have a beachhead, which is even more excellent. I'm a freaking gargoyle. If you try to attack me 1v1 in a head-on melee contest, you're going to have a bad time. Not unlike the Vikings of How to Train Your Dragon, my head is is harder than a rock. Bash a rock with my head and watch the rock shatter before I do. Hippogriff, die! Die! You know, it occurs to me I should really just enchant this dagger all the way up. Clearly I enjoy using it. I'm not going to be switching to a different weapon anytime soon. By the time I do switch to another weapon, I'm going to be thinking more in terms of the properties of an artifact rather than the weaponing type. Do I have any ID scrolls to spare? I have plenty. Let's ID the haste wand. Let's ID potions that I have a few of. Until I know which potion is a mutator, I'm very cautious. If I could get me some Storm Dragon armor, I'd be very happy. Well, not Storm Dragon, whatever, Steam Dragon armor. I'm pretty sure that's the one that has a very low encumbrance penalty. Technically, I'd like Troll Leather, but I'll take what I can get right now. Nope. Didn't butcher me a corpse. Protection from missiles. I do love the rework that it's always active until it's used up, as opposed to never active unless you activate it right before combat, which means you have to waste a precious turn pre-combat, which means it basically goes unused 9 out of 10 times. Here it's like always active instead. Ah! Burn the basilisk! Burn the frog! Burn the burning! Okay, that's downed. Okay, Layer 5 cleared. I think I'm going to actually call it here for the time being. This is a very good run. I'm very happy with the way it's going. My only concern is that when I start it up again, I shouldn't forget what I was doing and then do something stupid because I've forgotten my build or something like that. But AC 26, and basically I haven't had to work for it. It's fantastic. How am I doing for Sif Piety? Probably decent. Cut dodging, cut spellcasting, conjurations to low trickle, keep fire going. Just so that I'm training more than one school of magic. Oh my god, tab fighting nearly got me killed. Okay, backing off. Perfect. It's not that I can't take on a Hydra, it's that it's possible for a Hydra to kill me if it has a few turns in melee. It's not possible for just about anything, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you can be killed by bad luck. That's how you lose Crawl. By being like, oh, 9 out of 10 times that... Not 9 out of 10 times. 7 out of 10 times that would have been safe. Well, yes, but if you're playing a game this long, and all it takes is one time to not succeed, 3 out of 10, you're gonna have that bad luck eventually. It's working extra hard to never put yourself, or rarely put yourself, in a situation where luck is even a factor. That separates you from being merely good to very good to great. See what I did there? I let the sheep peck me for a while so that the Hydra would stand in the fire and kill itself. That way I didn't have to keep casting my Fire Walk at max range to cripple it. And now I guess I'm clearing another floor before I quit. Go figure. But see, that is also a classic example of I would have picked up my character, made 3 moves before I'd thought about them, and then realized I had meleeed a Hydra and died. And then been very sad that my giant run was over. I guess this is all really a fancy way of saying I'm horribly out of practice with this game, but what do you expect? Happens. We're definitely going to go light him on fire, but then retreat, and then fire walk the Hydra, I think, to win this. And I am definitely being a little more cautious with Hydras than I probably have to be, strictly speaking. Mostly because I am very powerful now, in terms of the amount of damage I can do, or at the very least the amount of damage I can tank. Whoa! Level 14 continuous flight. That's a nice perk. I don't know if it actually makes a difference or not, but it's a nice perk. I guess as a gargoyle it makes sense that I would be able to do that. Light him on fire, stab him to death. Light the polar bear on fire and run for the hills. Yeah, some of these I worry about dealing extra damage, but polar bears can't really handle being lit on fire. It doesn't do very well for their coat or whatever. Alright, that's that floor cleared. I'm going to call it for the time being. Thank you all for watching. This is by far the most promising gargoyle I've had going for a while. Ooh, new god gift. Let's see what it is. And we're dropping the quarterstaff of freezing. Throw frost, throw icicle, and glaciate. If that wasn't ever a stunningly blunt recommendation that I should try to go ice instead of fire, I don't know what is. I'm gonna go ahead and memorize icicle just so I have a strong strong range spell. And ice magic is they took away anti-training now, thank God. I might train up a little bit, but because my spell power there is middling, but that's the same with all of these. I can now burn at melee or hurl hard shards of ice at range, both of which are exceptionally good abilities. And now, if I entered a volcano, I'd have options, but before I obviously didn't. I think Throw Flame is still the better of the two. It does more damage, but, you know, tomato, tomato. Alright! Thank you all for watching. I don't know when I'll continue this run, but I probably will. It's going really well, and I will see you guys next time.